Sometimes the lady, the wifey, the significant other throws a curveball at you and blows you away. And over the course of the last 24 hours, the Houston Astros, near and dear to all of our hearts, probably pulled off the best regular season day in franchise history. In case you've been living under a rock or went to bed last night thinking this was all some wonderful dream, the Astros, late Tuesday afternoon, right before the trade deadline, brought Justin Verlander back into the mix. They did have to give up Drew Gilbert, I guess the 68th ranked prospect in baseball. They did have to give up Ryan Clifford, an 11th round pick, who apparently a lot of people are rather high on. He was drafted in the 11th round because some people thought he might go to college. So that's the first move of the day. And then after that, Framber Valdez, who has not pitched very well over the course of the last month, goes out and delivers a no-hitter against the Cleveland Guardians. And I don't even feel like I'm excited enough at this moment in time. There's a song that every now and then we play on this show. It's one of those like break in case of an emergency songs. It's essentially like mainlining cocaine into your ear holes. I would not know because I've never done something like that. But this is, I feel like, the perfect song to play on a day like this.
Why did they argue the umpire's call?
Astros.
Why did the fielders crash into walls?
Astros.
Why do you think the pitchers throw smoke? Why do you think they go for broke?
Like trading prospects for Justin Verlander.
Why did the catchers wear iron masks?
I don't know.
Why did they dive for the drive on the grass?
I also don't know.
Why did they go head first into home? Why do the losers feel all alone? Who says it's only a game? When you wanted to give it all you got.
The war's not over till the final shot at 5 p.m. Central Time when they traded for Justin Verlander.
Who says it's only a game? Why do you think they call them spikes? Why do you think they call them strikes? Why do they give it more than they've got? Why do they always reach for the top? Who says it's only a game?
Hit it! Astros baseball. Who says it's only a game? Oh, are you excited right now? I mean, that was an awesome 24-hour experience. Sean Mapes behind the glass. Where are you at today? Because it wasn't just getting Justin Verlander back and having Framber Valdez find himself again, giving yourself the best 1-2 pitching combination on their A game with the way Verlander's been pitching of late in the American League. It's that you did all of this in about like 6 hours.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. When I got the notification that the Astros trade for Verlander, I was like, it was one of those like, we talk about it so much, but like I honestly did not think it was actually going to happen. And then it was like, whoa, that actually, wait, that's Jeff Passan with, yep, okay, not Passan or any like
not
fake,
Ben on to top, who,
yeah,
to his credit, was the first one to put this rumor out on the internet.
He had it signed, sealed, delivered. He didn't know when it was going to happen or who was going to be in it, but he had it.
He did have it. He also said, like, yeah, this guy gave me this too one time, and that's really like what I'm using as the backbone for this report. But hey, he did have it, and here we are. I did not think it was actually going to happen. I know it had been talked about, but I thought either one, the Mets are going to ask for a lot more than this, because it's not just that this trade involved a couple of prospects. It's also that the Mets were going to have to pay some of Justin Verlander's contract. So the Mets are going to pay $35 million of the $58 on his deal the remainder of this season and next year, and $17.5 of his 2025 option, which means that, yes, Verlander in his 40s is going to be making around $17 million a year for the next couple of seasons. I didn't think they would be able to get that much from the Mets, and that might be why they had to add Ryan Clifford into the mix. But from this perspective, you were good without Justin Verlander, and I don't think this is a move that you necessarily needed to make this year. I said it before. I would have been totally fine with the Astros being conservative because of the way that the farm system is. But I also understand that things have changed from the way that the Astros look at themselves. And in a couple of months, it seems like Lance McCullers, there's a chance he never pitches again for the Astros. I know he's under contract for a while, but another major injury like that that's shutting him down for the season. You don't know when Luis Garcia is going to be back. You do feel pretty good about two of your pitchers at the top of the rotation. They wouldn't have given Christian Javier that deal if they didn't feel that way about him, and you like Framber Valdez. But if you want to win a World Series, you need somebody that's going to be able to really, I think, help with the workload when it comes to the pitching. Your bullpen was awesome last year. You got to give them a little bit of rest as we get closer and closer to the postseason. You can't have them be overworked. And Verlander should help out with that. This does not guarantee a World Series, but I think that the Astros are telling everybody right now, we are going to keep the most historic run in Houston sports history going as long as we effing can. So here's what you guys got to do right now, okay? And maybe we play the Who Says It's Only a Game song one more time. Maybe we just play like villainous music that you hear in the background when some bad guy comes onto the screen in a movie or a TV show. But this is what we all get to do on a day like today with so many people crying about it. There's some people online who are throwing up their hands with an exasperated sigh. I saw a lot of Rangers fans going through it on TikTok saying, oh, you traded for a 40-year-old. Yeah, they traded for the good 40-year-old. You traded for Max Scherzer. Nothing against Max Scherzer, but the good one is Verlander. He's been the one that has, pitched well this season. They're all going through it. So here's what you get to do as an Astros fan, which is the best part of being an Astros fan. I'm a born winner. Patriots fan, Astros fan, Lightning fan, Celtics fan, most titles in NBA history. A lot of people look at me and say, Paul, you're the worst. No, I'm just a winner. And as a winner like me, what you can do to the collective baseball world, hold up your right hand, put down your thumb and your index finger, put down your ring finger and your pinky finger, hold one finger up, put up the other hand, do the exact same thing. If you're driving right now, that's dangerous. Put your hand.
Do it.
No, Sean.
Just one hand then.
Just one hand if you're driving.
But point it at someone.
Two hands. Well, hang on. Don't point it at someone because you might get shot. It's Houston, roads, road rage happens. But right now, and maybe you do this mentally because you're at work and you're listening to this at your cubicle.
No, then you especially do it. Stick it over your cubicle.
What you get to do after a day like yesterday is to once again hold up the double birds and say, we're better than you. Suck it. You suck. We rule. You're poor. We're cool. This is a great day. I'm pumped. And look, long term, who knows what's going to happen with both Drew Gilbert and this Ryan Clifford guy. I think that the people acting like they know Gilbert's going to be great in the majors, I think that you're talking out of your ass. I also would say that the people that think Gilbert's going to be bad in the majors are talking out of their ass. We legitimately have no clue what's going to happen with Drew Gilbert and with Ryan Clifford. So with that in mind, what's your priority? Is it to win as many World Series as you possibly can? Verlander does get you closer. And yeah, there could be a steep decline from this team in the near future. Maybe now you're looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, well, shoot, we got to figure out a way to sign Kyle Tucker. I would hope that the saved money that the Mets are helping you out with is going to allow you to do something like that. But you're at a spot right now where you may as well keep letting the good times roll and keep them at this level as long as you can. And I do think Verlander, with the way that he's pitched over the last month, gets you closer. I would have been conservative if I were Dana Brown here. I would have said to myself, yeah, this team can play better than it's playing. But you've also just got to think about this from a morale standpoint. If you're in the Astros clubhouse and your owner is willing to do this, your general manager is willing to do this. Talk about a shot in the arm. We played the Astros cocaine song a little bit earlier. Is this not the same thing for that entire clubhouse?
Also, I remember the first time Justin Verlander got traded to the Astros at the trade deadline, or it was actually past the trade deadline. It was the old waiver deadline. But after the trade deadline, Dallas Keuchel was like, yeah, would have been great. If they believed in us, that they didn't make a move. They didn't believe, we feel like, the Jeff Luhnow kind of let us down, whatever. And they did struggle for part of that, part of the August. And then they traded for Justin Verlander, and immediately, like you said, it's a shot in the arm. It's like an adrenaline needle to the chest.
This is something I think that, especially after last night, and with the way that they've been playing since the All-Star break, they've been playing well, considering they're getting guys finally back from injury. How do you not feel almost 100% confident that you're overtaking the Rangers by the end of the year? Like you feel great about it. And it must suck to be a Dallas sports fan. Like it really has for a while, and I suppose all that we here in Houston have are the Houston Astros, because the Rockets and Texans have been such a joke for such a while. But I mean, you're a Dallas fan. Oh wow, you're just rolling the same thing back this year as you had last year with the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy. I'm sure this year will be different. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. How many games will he play for you this coming season? And then on top of that, you got one more thing. You got the Dallas. Oh, wait, the Dallas Stars are good. Hang on. Never
Hockey.
Mind. Damn it. They
but
have
it's
a hockey team, too.
It's hockey. You're from Texas.
Doesn't
You don't
matter.
care.
Yeah, Canadian apologists.
You're from Texas. I'm from Texas. We both don't care about hockey. We know this.
Yeah. 713-780-3776 to call in, to text it. Is this who I think it is? We have a Vanessa on the line. Vanessa, what's up?
Yes, this is a Houston Astro fan, and I'm sorry, I disagree with you. How do you give up 3 of our top prospects
2
for a 40-year-old? That trade was ridiculous.
Why is it ridiculous?
And what you said about
Tell me what
that
those
season,
guys are going to do that you know for certain is going to happen.
What do we know that Verlander's going to do for sure?
Verlander's has a
What do we know
1.65
he's gonna do
ERA
for
over the
sure?
course of the last
We don't know
month
if he
and
still
won the
got
Cy
it
Young
in.
last year.
But we don't know if he still got it in. Is it going to be guaranteed this year? Same thing as the prospects. That trade was garbage.
Why was it
And
garbage?
whenever he doesn't do anything and he doesn't get us to the
Hang
playoffs,
up on Vanessa.
I'm
I'm
gonna
sorry.
call back
I don't
and
want to hear this
let's-
person talk. Look, okay? Prospect people make my blood boil. They're like the first-round draft pick people. Like, you don't actually know what you're talking about. Oh, you looked up on Google and saw he's the 68th ranked prospect? Well, look, you're trying to win this year. Gilbert doesn't help you. Gilbert might not help you in the near future, given the outfield depth that you have. Ryan Clifford. I doubt that woman could even name their names. And this goes back to something that's driven me crazy about some Astros fans. If you're one of those people that was dumping on Verlander on the way out, like, you suck. I get it. He didn't play great in the World Series. He had an awesome American League campaign last year in the regular season to get the Astros to where they were, which was the ever important in the American League 1 seed. So you get that bye. Verlander was a huge part of that. And people like Vanessa, who just called in, are the kind of people that think Verlander sucks because he had a couple of bad games in the World Series. It ain't all about the World Series, guys. It is also about the campaign to get you there. And Verlander has been as awesome as possible in the regular season over the last couple of years that he has been fully healthy and able to pitch the whole year.